In comedy clubs, when I started out, they had, if you were having a problem with a heckler, you were going back and forth, and finally it was just getting old, you would order a gin and tonic, and the bouncer would know to come and get the person and take them out. I never got a gin and tonic. Wouldn't it be nice if you could just stand in your office and scream, "Gin and tonic"? and they would bring you one and kick the person out that's causing problems?
Yes, I've worked with obnoxious entertainers, and it's a pain. And it's sort of an unnecessary pain, too, because sometimes the booking agent knows that the entertainer is a rotten person, and they still put you with him or her. One of the times it happened to me, I was just speechless. It was a woman booker, and she booked me into a bar gig with a comedian I'll call Stan. It was a 2-person show, and I was up for the first 30 minutes. After she booked me, she actually said, "You're working with Stan, so watch your drink while you're around him. He might put something in it, if you know what I mean." I was floored. I know this was before the Me Too movement, and we were just expected to put up with this crap, but really? Booking me with a guy who just might slip me a roofie was awful. There are dozens and dozens of male comedians I could have recommended to her who would not have think about putting something in my drink. She chooses to give this guy work. And since she knew about it, I had a feeling that she knew some details about stuff he'd done that was pretty bad. But I was naive and broke, and so all I said was, "Okay." I got there that night and the guy wasn't there when I went on. So great. I got on stage and went into my act. Partway through, I saw him come in. So when I was done, I introduced him, went and got a beer, and sat to watch him. He was going to do an hour. About 5 minutes into his act, I could tell he was just a pig. He was drunk already, and he brought one of those yard-long beer glasses full to the top on stage with him. He drank several of those during his show, and I remember watching him slur and do off-color jokes and just kind of all around be a pig. The audience loved him, though, but it was just gross. I can't describe it. It was just gross. After about 40 minutes, I decided that I better leave because the last thing I wanted to do with this guy was hang out with him after his show. It's one of the few times I've ever left the show before the end, but I didn't want to be around him, and since the crowd loved him, I figured there wasn't anyone in the crowd that I wanted to hang out with either. I thought I'd gotten through the night pretty well when I got back to my room, but about 2 a.m., I get this banging on my door. He had somehow found out my room number, and he was trying to get me to come out and party with him. Yeah, he was yelling and saying, "Come on, we didn't get a chance to meet. Let's party." I just kept quiet. Then he started calling me on the room phone. I unplugged it. Finally, after about 30 or 40 minutes, he left me alone. Or maybe he just passed out. Who knows? It was a weird night. The takeaway from this is, don't be this booker. If you know someone is a jerk and has hurt others, don't look the other way and help them out by hiring them or anything else for them. There are so many worthy people in this world who would be a better choice. That's it for this episode. Thanks for listening. Feel free to check out my website, theworklady.com. This is Jan. Take care and enjoy your journey.